Although David was anointed with the holy oil, and the Spirit of God had come down upon him, Saul was still the king. The Spirit of God left Saul, and he became tormented with an evil spirit. He needed music to calm him. And who should be recommended to play for him but David? Whenever Saul became disturbed by the evil spirit, David would play for him. King Saul grew to like David and kept him in his service. Yet again the Philistines threatened the Israelites. They faced each other, one army on one hill and the other across the valley. This time, however, was different. This time, there was a personal challenge. This time, it was a one-man challenge from Goliath, a man so huge and powerful that everyone was afraid of him. "Choose a man," he shouted, "and let him come down to me. If he is able to fight and kill me, we will become your subjects. But if I overcome him and kill him, you will become our subjects and serve us." Every morning and evening for 40 days, Goliath presented his challenge. The Israelites did not know what to do. "Who is this Goliath?" asked David. "Who is this Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" David was taken to Saul. "You're only a young man," laughed Saul. "He has been a warrior from his youth. But if you are really determined, at least take my armor." The king's armor, however, was far too restricting. David preferred to fight in the same way as he fought wild animals which attacked his sheep, with just a sling and a stone. "You come against me with a sword and spear and javelin," shouted David, "but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel. This day the Lord will deliver you into my hands." As the Philistine moved closer to attack him, David ran quickly towards the battle line to meet him. Reaching into his bag and taking out a stone, he slung it and struck the Philistine on the forehead. The stone sank into his forehead and he fell face down on the ground. When the Philistines saw that their hero was dead, they turned and ran. So David triumphed over the Philistine with a sling and a stone. Without a sword in his hand, he struck down the Philistine and killed him. This was only David's first triumph. Whatever task Saul gave him to do, David was always successful. Soon the people were chanting, "Saul has slain his thousands and David his tens of thousands." Saul was angry, so angry he wanted David dead. But help came to David from an unexpected source. After Jesus arrived in Jerusalem, he entered the temple precincts. The courtyard was filled with livestock, merchants, and the tables of the money changers. The standard Greek and Roman money could not be used at the temple because of the graven images on it. So it had to be changed into special Jewish money at a profit for the money changers. People needed the special money in order to buy doves for sacrifice. Jerusalem was packed with Jews who had come for the special Passover celebrations. Of course, Jesus had seen all this before, but this time, since he knew that he was shortly to be killed anyway, he made a stand against it. He angrily overturned the tables of the money changers. The money was thrown onto the floor. All was chaos. He let the doves out of their cages. It is written, "My house shall be a house of prayer," but you have made it a den of robbers, he shouted. The temple authorities were livid with anger. "By what authority do you do these things?" they asked Jesus. Jesus knew his time was short, so, despite the temple authorities, each morning he continued teaching the people in the temple precinct, and each night he spent in prayer on the Mount of Olives. What were they planning now to get rid of Jesus? Questions. Question 1. In what way were the reactions of the Jewish authorities to Jesus and King Saul to David similar? Question 2. Why do you think they felt like this?